Seems that we are up and running. I hope so. Hello everyone. Let me check if everything is up and running. Yeah, streams live, that's good. Amazing. Oh, we already have 7 likes. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Hello, Volodymyr. Hello. Rogerio. Hey. Good evening everyone. Okay, I will tweet quickly that I am doing live stream about this monthly revenue stuff, and then I will run through my topic what I have, my talking points, and we can discuss all around that. Build. Evgeny, hello. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, I'm posting that tweet about going live, and yeah, and then we can start. Oh, I have coffee. Cheers. I think that's a perfect time for last espresso at 10 at night. I heard from my friends in Portugal that you are kind of real Portuguese if you can drink espresso before sleep. So perhaps that is some kind of I'm partly Portuguese probably. So sorry in advance for my voice. I don't know, I got some virus or get cold, I don't know, but yeah, my voice is I'm just losing it, but still handling. I was thinking about postponing my live stream to move to another day, but I don't know. Probably that will be worse tomorrow or day after tomorrow, so why not today? And yeah, in this live stream I wanted just to talk about indie kind of app development, my results, and what I did in October, my findings, all that stuff basically. And maybe there are some lessons to learn, and maybe that will help someone of you. And also I would like to kind of share what I did to improve situations in which I was and stuff like that. That could be helpful. And I will leave this live stream as a video, as a recorded video, so if you have no time to watch it, I'll throw the video, no worries, that will be available later. But to be able to leave it on the channel as a video, I will try to stay on topic and basically run through the points what I wanted to talk about. If you have any questions, sure, feel free to ask, but try to ask questions on topics what I'm currently covering. Otherwise, I will just answer those questions at the end of the live stream. So, with that said, let's start. So, for those who maybe don't know, I am a freelance iOS developer. I'm kind of doing full-time freelance, but also I have my own apps in the App Store. And my apps in the App Store are in fitness and in health niche. And currently there are 3 apps: planking app, fasting timer, and my general revenue driver freediving training application. And in this summer, my applications generated at about 2K in monthly revenue, which is, together with freelancing money, that is it is totally enough for comfortable living in Latvia, where I'm located. So for content, average salary in Latvia is around 1,300 euros, something like that. And of course, in tech, those salaries are higher, I would say from 3 to 5,000, something like that. But yeah, so 2K in a month plus like side kind of income is kind of very nice bonus. So how I get there, so basically I did, there was one video on YouTube channel. I was on about 1K for a while, but in this video basically I kind of covered, you can find that video on my channel, basically that was double mobile app sales as indie developer. Basically I had around 1,000 in revenue and I changed it a bit, paywall, and that really helped to get from 1,000 to close to 2,000 to 1,800. So I got significant bump, and basically all the summer after that I was on, let's say, on around 2K. And August also was kind of great in the sales, and I was kind of expecting, maybe I will reach my goal to get into the 3,000s on my revenue. Basically, I did a post on Twitter about my kind of wrap of the August. Basically, I got in close to 1,000 in monthly recurring revenue. Basically, monthly recurring revenue works a little bit different, like every day, kind of every month kind of money flow. But yeah, that was around those 2K monthly. And my kind of plans for September was basically to start to work on new side project and start some marketing and stuff like that. But somewhere in the middle of September, basically, actually at the very last days of the August, I already saw that sales start to decrease, and basically I decided that I will challenge myself to work on basically every workday to work on my own applications as well. Besides freelancing, find time to work at least 1 hour in a day on my own apps. And I started basically working on that side project. Yeah, that was already kind of planned. I started to build habit tracking application. And when September started, let's take a look. Do I have any numbers? Yeah, let me log in the App Store to show some sales numbers. Okay, I'm opening sales reports. App Store is a bit slow, but eventually it will open. Okay, we can take a look on sales, but actually we should look on proceeds. Okay, let me open August. So if we are looking on sales in August, that number looks very nice, but actually those are kind of sales before Apple cut. We should look on proceeds, but proceeds is not bad as well. So it's 1.9, almost 2K in payout. So great months, right? But check out September. In September we have about 40% drop in sales. And I saw that already on the very beginning of September, that situation will be kind of not nice, and that was very bad. So, yeah, good for me that it is kind of side project, right? It is not my kind of mine revenue, but just imagine if you will have 40% kind of decrease in just in month to month income. So that's huge hit. And so I was starting to think why the hell that happened, and what I can do about that. And for reasons, I found that. So one reason maybe just my app is shitty and people do not like it anymore, right? Which is possible, but unlikely that will make some huge decrease in sales. Another option, maybe I found copycats in the App Store. Basically, I found there was that is my application. Basically, yeah, talking about shitty app. That is my application's main screen, which is dumb simple, like a door. I don't know, nothing interesting, nothing that attractive. But I built this application back in 2017. I added few improvements there and there. I changed it a lot, improved it a lot. But my screen basically was boring as hell, and that was as I released it in 2017. And my copycat in the App Store copied actually. Basically, it's the same screen. Actually, everything same. Buttons on the same places. Question mark here, the same like I have question mark here for help. History, settings. Just copy pasted everything. That is very dumb, of course, move because my application design was already outdated, and that copycat just copied the same old shit that I had. So. Funny, right? And I don't think that is problem because summer is finished. Unlikely. Which country I get most of the sales are coming from US market. But I will say English-speaking countries. US, Australia. US is, I will say, I don't know, 80, at least 70%. I will not go into statistics now, but kind of, yeah, very close to that, yeah. So, yeah, no bad feelings to that guy. He already removed that application, but I'm just saying that I'm just showing that because to show why it is not. There is no good reason to do copy. There is no good reason to try to copy other app and release in the App Store because you are not adding value to app users. Basically, no one will switch from existing application to the same application but from different developer and compete with downloads with the same application doesn't make big sense, especially in small market, in small niche market. If it is huge market with big audience, maybe, but small niche like, I don't know, freediving doesn't make sense. So yeah, and also of course, I improved my application during the, I don't know, in different versions. So initial user interface was something like that. And I don't know, then I added something like that is basically onboarding screens and stuff like that. But yeah, you can see that wave also is kind of copied here. I don't know, that's so silly. When I saw this copy hat, I didn't know what to do. Just laugh or what. So yeah, maybe copycats, yeah, but unlikely. Maybe end of the summer, that's also kind of, yeah. Maybe there is a way to report copycats to Apple. It's kind of tricky. If you have trademark and they are kind of trying to use your name, then yes, if design and functionality is the same, maybe, but I even didn't start to research that because I would say publicly shamed that copycat, and the developer just said, oh, I just kind of like your work and wanted to reproduce your app. I don't know if you like work, why you should copy the work, but yeah, that's what he did, but he removed this application from the store. But more logical is recession. Basically, that we as developers maybe do not feel that so much, but generally, globally, there is quite economical crisis is kind of growing, and that is kind of the real thing. And I saw that there is one indie developer who I follow, and if you are interested in indie development, you would you should follow him as well. Level Silo. He's building and launching web-based startups, and he's doing very good money on them. But basically, he said that his revenue is down for 40 to 50%, and he saw the same kind of problem from other kind of colleagues, other companies, and so on. Basically, seems that it is kind of global thing, and and what he is saying. So by next year, if recovery will happen, if we will recover from this recession, then that business will be back to normal. So what he's writing somewhere here was, historically average recession is about 10 months. So we could expect that lost in sales for about 10 months. So what can I do? I can basically do nothing and basically wait until kind of we will get out from recession, or we can try to still improve that somehow. And my thinking was, okay, I can still try to get back to the previous numbers, and if that recovery will happen, then if I will be back to 2K, then on recovery maybe I will be on 4K or whatever, right? So what the solution, basically I decided to kind of continue to work on my application. I dropped that. At the moment, basically I dropped that habit tracking calculator because I decided, no, I should kind of improve my freediving application. Also, I'm showing plenty of my tweets, so if you're following me on Twitter, you probably saw most of those tweets, so sorry. But basically I implemented, can I make it bigger for you guys? I probably will that. Does that fit screen? Yeah, it fits screen. So basically I started to play around with this dynamic island, and that will be now. That notification on dynamic island, I really liked that, and I decided, I would like to implement this stuff in my application, in my freediving application. And also I decided to just finally change that user interface for the app, and I come up with different design. So previous design was where it was on this was kind of previous design and I improved it to this, basically completely changed it. Basically I have tab bar on the bottom now. Actually I can run that application simulator just to show it. Yeah, right. So I changed the design and changed that visual look completely. Will that make difference in sales? No, unlikely. But basically those changes in design was needed for a while already because the design was outdated and I wanted to implement the dynamic island, all that stuff, so I did that. Okay, here we go. And yeah, basically that application looks like completely different application. We have tab bar, I don't know, looks nicely. But yeah, my interface was changed, but that should not impact sales. But I read one thread on the Twitter. Let me open if I will find it. That should be it. Is it? No. Give me a second. No, still not right. Here it is in Twitter app. Okay. I read this thread on Twitter. Basically, there is from 100 tips learned growing iOS app to 5 millions, yada yada. But basically, I don't know, first 10 tips are about show in-app purchase screen often to the users. And basically, I don't know, that is kind of thinking that free users are basically, I don't know, abusers of the app. I didn't want to show in-app purchase screen on each startup or somehow hardly limit free users. My application is still usable, and basically, if you are into freediving and you would like to train, you don't need any premium features. You can go through all the trainings and use that application for free, and you will get the same results like those who have premium versions. There is no difference from that. So I didn't want to really limit very hard those users, but what I did before I on App Startup, I was showing this purchase screen on App Startup. That was one-time offer, and basically that was discounted price for in-app purchase. And yeah, that screen helped me to get from that around 1K to those 2Ks on the beginning of the summer. But when that autumn recession kind of started, then that screen didn't help anymore. And I decided to show instead of this screen, I decided to show on the startup my regular payment screen, which is a little bit kind of user friendly. There is kind of more text, but we are showing here that basically you are starting your free trial, and that is really true. You are doing that when you are starting trial, and basically I'm just saying that I will remind you in 5 days that you have to cancel the trial. That is here in the text, and basically there is clearly explained that you are risking with nothing. You can start free trial. If you don't like, I will remind you. You can cancel that free trial, and yeah, that's it. And that kind of really helped. And I'm not showing that screen on every startup. I'm not so crazy, but I'm showing that screen every 4 times. Basically, when you are starting application, you are opening it first time, you see the screen, then you are using it kind of 3 times. Then on startup number 4, you see this screen again. And what that gives to me, basically, users are seeing that screen more often. Those users who were free users for a long period of time and use this application all the time, they start to see the screen again. And how that impacted my trials. Oh, hi Komar. Late night for you. Nice. Circular dial animation looks jerky. That looks a bit jerky on simulator, and that looks jerky because on simulator you have very kind of slow. I will start it right now here on simulator, where you have kind of normal kind of training time. On that simulator, when I just showcased that notification, the timer is just 10 or 15 seconds. In real life, it is never so short. In real life, that is 2 minutes, something like that, and then it looks normal. I could make it to do not jump, but just slide slowly. But on 2-minute timer, it looks okay, that kind of jumping. About keyboards, let's talk later. As I said, let's start with topics what I'm covering right now. Hey, Anche, good evening. I think you are mentioning the guy who built Witness. I don't know. But yeah, that one copycat is here. Okay, I lost myself. So yeah, basically now I'm showing just now I'm showing this screen, basically that purchase screen on every 4 launch on the app. And let me check. Can I show you a numbers chart? Yeah, here we go. So let's see how that looks in revenue cut charts. Basically, here is October 10 when I released that update. And those are free trials started before. And those are free trials started after that release of the app. So change is huge. I hoped that there will be kind of small increase. I don't know how big. I didn't kind of do any guess, but basically, if we here see in peaks, 30 kind of trials, new trials, then here in the peak we see how much, 79. So it's more than doubled trials. And but there's question. Yeah, we are sending those reminders that users should kind of cancel that free trial. Maybe most of them cancel, right? So we can take a look on sales again. So that was basically August when recession didn't hit yet. September when everyone started to see kind of all the kind of electricity bills and all that stuff. And here we have October. Okay, AppStore Connect will take a time. Oh, hey Rafael, hello. Yes, indeed, that is the best. That is the best money. When you have kind of, even $1 from new revenue stream, that is really nice. That is much better than, $100 from freelancing. Okay, I hope that AppStore Connect will recover and will show to us that October numbers. Hey, Pavel. Come on, AppStore Connect. Apple is not the best at those kind of services. Okay, let me try to reload AppStore Connect page completely. Maybe that will help. Okay, here we are. Now it works. So one more time, September 1.2, and here we have October. So October 10 was basically when I released that update. Just remember, there is free trial on the beginning, 7 days. So that means that if you start free trial on October 10, then first sales will be on October 17. And here we can see how situation becomes much better immediately, all right? So it is basically 76% increase in sales. Even we see that result from the middle of October. So I hope that November will be much better. So that's what I did. Basically, I started to show. I started to do two things. Basically, I started to show that premium offer on the startup of the application every 4 times when app is launched. Every time it was kind of felt a bit too aggressive for me. So, but it seems that it works fine. But also, if users still not kind of applying on that, then every 10 times when the user finishes training, every 10 times I'm showing kind of discounted offer, and that is cheaper. But previously I showed that special offer, discounted offer, just once, only on very beginning of the app on the onboarding flow, and that didn't work so well. So basically there are two hooks to the consumers on startup of the application, regular offer, on the end of the training, once in a while, special offer with discounted price. And that's it. I also have one-time purchase, which is kind of hidden deeper in the purchase kind of levels. And that one-time purchase is relatively expensive. It is something like 26, I don't remember, something like close to 30 euros or dollars, whatever in which currency you are. Basically, I'm looking to be a little bit more expensive than 2 years of subscription. That's basically around 3 years of subscription price. I don't want to sell those one-time purchases because I prefer to keep users in the application, keep them happy, and just deliver new features and improve application. But there are always there will be some group of users who don't like to pay monthly subscriptions, and just for them I keep those one-time purchases. Yeah, hey, yeah, Stefan, yeah, retrospective it is, yeah. Peter Levels was looking for iOS devs for his iProfile web app. Yeah, good for him, but I'm trying to be Peter Levels in iOS apps. I'm not trying to be hired by someone. But yes, thanks for saying, yeah. How I am, I have an amazing voice today, as you may hear. So, what are findings? I will say I was kind of lazy in the summer because I did those improvements in the beginning of the summer, which kind of moved me from about 1K to 2K, and I had kind of the goal, I will be happy to reach 3K in revenue till the end of the year, but I didn't really work hard on those. I was kind of, I don't know, I wasn't focused. And I don't know, that happens for me. Maybe from side it looks that I'm kind of, I don't know, a very productive person, or maybe whatever, how that looks, but I'm not. I'm like almost any other person. I can work hard in short periods of time, and then I maybe, I don't know, lazy or distracted or sidetracked with something in other periods of time. So, I don't know, just a regular human being. And yeah, moral of the story is basically do not feel too comfortable and do not stop moving. Because yeah, all that kind of passive revenue, there is no passive revenue. Basically, you are kind of working intense, and then you are kind of getting revenue from provided value to the users. And if you will stop working, yeah, that there will be some inerts, some movement, that revenue still will come in and so on, but that will not happen till the end of the year. Eventually that will fall down, and this kind of crisis and the recession, was kind of wake-up call for many of I don't know, for almost everyone to kind of be more think more about purchases and all that stuff. And yeah, not so many kind of users paying for apps, not buying apps, and so on. So what are solution to that? Basically, if you also trying to do something similar or build apps and so on, I don't know, try to kind of that's why I'm sharing it. That is not for flexing. There is nothing to flex. I don't know. For example, that 2K in a month, that is just, I don't know, pocket money for serious SaaS businesses. Of course, there are app developers who are struggle to make $100 in a month, but still 2,000, just nothing. I don't know, if you compare with freelance money, you can earn much more in a month, right? So nothing much, but yeah, this video is not for flexing. This video is just to look back what happened in summer and in October, look on those results and kind of what to do next, thinking about that. So for me personally, what I'm planning to do next, now I am planning to switch back to that habit application, because again, I was kind of little bit distracted at the end of the October. I released this application at October 10, and then I kind of monitored if everything is fine. Perhaps I delivered 2 or 3 kind of small bug fixes, which was minor, nothing serious, and that is good because there was huge kind of user interface rewrite and I could broke a lot of things, but that didn't happen luckily for me. So few small fixes, and then I kind of started, I wasn't sure, should I work on my fasting application, or maybe I should continue to work on that habit tracking back application. And then I got kind of little bit sidetracked with all those short videos what I posted also here on YouTube, and that takes time as well. And now doing the retro perspective, I see that I should kind of set kind of more stronger goals. And basically, that is my suggestion for everyone who is kind of trying to do something. Basically, just set some strong goals and find accountability group, accountability partners, and so on. What I personally planning to do, where is our Discord? I will cover keyboard questions and all that later. So we have Discord, and I personally planning. I started when I was working on my application on autumn. I did kind of working on Twitch live streams, and that kind of helped to stay accountable. Where is my here is indie development and stuff. So I will post in that indie development group basically my goals for November. That is work on my habit tracking application. If you need accountability partners on something, basically that I will say that it really helps if you're saying publicly what you are planning to do and what you are planning to achieve, because that is like let's say public commitment. You can do that on your Twitter, for example. You can say publicly, in November, I'm planning to do that. Basically what I said in September. In September, I'm planning to work on my own apps every day. And I did that in September, and that kind of stretched into October. And at the middle of October, I kind of lost focus. And I don't know, from October 15, I don't know. It's hard to say what I did. Almost nothing. And so I'm starting now again, focused work on my application. I kind of recommending to you to do the same. Just decide for yourself, write it down. That is my plan. I'm doing that, and whatever it will take. Maybe 1 month, maybe 2 months, but it is good to set kind of small goals, easily reachable goals. And working, I don't know, every day for a month on your own app, it is not so hard. It is doable. Almost everyone can do that. So that's what I'm planning to do. From financial perspective, that may help, because that application also can generate some money. I'm planning to monetize that eventually. Our music track ended. And we'll see if that will help me with my with my goal to get to the 3K in a monthly revenue on the own applications. And we'll see. That was my kind of goal for this year, to get in 3K revenue from my own applications, but end of the year is very close. Unlikely. I was too lazy in summer to reach that goal. So I was, as you name, fat and lazy, did nothing, Okay, let's see what I missed in questions. I think that I covered almost everything. I can show you this kind of screen as well if you're curious. That shows, can we see last year? Last 365 days. Yeah, that will be it. So that is annual run rate, basically how much money you are making annually. That of course growing every month. If sales are kind of growing. And in that graph you can also see that August was really good. That was jump in 12%, and September was only kind of increase 2.8% increase. And October is already better. That is, even when we started to kind of recover from that down in sales, even if we started the recovery in the middle of October, it is still better than September. 3.5 kind of percent increase in annual run rate. So yeah, that's kind of cool, yeah. Okay, let me answer questions. So, I will try to answer each and every. If I am missing something, I will just ask one more time. But sorry, priority will be for guys who are members. Thank you for support, anyways. Yeah, everyone. Okay, let's move that down. Otherwise, I will broke my neck. So yeah, Rafael is just laughing seeing my revenue. Rafael is doing freelance as well, but Rafael is doing freelance in the video niche. Rafael Ludwig in the chat, you might see. He's doing freelance in video niche, and there in freelance, I don't know, probably if you are taking out the camera from the back, that is already 2K chinks. But yeah, Rafael is doing videos about freelancing, kind of business side, all that stuff as well. So even if you are not in video making industry, that freelancing stuff can help for you. So Prasanna Kumar asking how much UI UX skills is required for indie developer. As a developer, can we match the output of a professional mobile app UI designer, or shall we outsource the design work? So if you are asking for freelance, I would say that you can get around with zero UI UX skills, because you can just provide your services as a developer only. Basically, you expecting design requirements from the customer. Is that always the case? Depends on project. When I started to work in freelance on small projects, I offered my design skills as well. And I don't know, I'm not kind of perfect in design, but I can, let me see if I have that file somewhere here, open recent. One of my first freelance projects was when I kind of said that I will do design for that customer, and basically that started as design, and then we kind of moved to the development as well. And that was in payment industry, and I was working in payment for a while. Sketch. Let me see if I will find that file. If I will find that quickly. Speedly. This one should be it. Yeah, it's horribly bad. Is that a design? Perhaps that was my initial design. Oh my god. That is horribly bad, yeah. But yeah, basically a customer he didn't have designer, and I said, okay, I can make for you kind of those basic designs, and that is basically flow, what we basically agreed what will be. Oh my god, that was back in 2016. Oh my gosh, if I would know that was looking so bad, I would not show that on the stream. But yeah, basically that was my, I don't know, that is horribly bad. But yeah, that application, I hope that was looking better. But yeah, that was what I started. But yeah, you can get around without design skills at all, because if you are working on bigger projects, currently I'm working as a freelancer consultant on a quite big project. We have multiple developers in different kind of team, Android, iOS, backend, and so on. And there is designer as well, which is doing all the stuff. Copy his startup. Yeah. Sasha Dranchuk, what hourly rate is good for iOS dev with 2 years of experience, on your opinion? That is a good question. I will take a look. Basically, depends where you are working. If you are working on any online job platforms, let's open Upwork, for example. Upwork. If you are working on Upwork, I will take a look on average prices. hope I will have login still. Oh, seems that I got in. Oh, what is that? Oh, that probably is my business account where I am hiring. Okay, let me try if I can log in. Continue. Oh, okay, now I'm in. All good. Yeah, that is my freelancer profile. So I will take a look on freelancer profile. So I can show my profile. I have no secrets here. I have $100 an hour, but I just put that number here. I was working hourly back in 2017. I was working for $45 an hour, and that was I just started freelancing. When I got very first jobs on platform, I was working for $20 an hour. Then I increased that to $45 an hour. Currently, I have $100 just here to be relevant to what I would like to charge, but I'm not looking for projects here. But what you can do, you can go to you can create client. Basically, you can create account as not a freelancer, but a client. And then you can search for developers. Go and take a look for iOS developer. And then you will see basically what other developers are charging. So this one, 10K earned, basically he charging $30 an hour, and he's good rated, yada yada. So guys from India and from Pakistan usually charging very low kind of prices. But at the same time, why it is also bad? So really yes, here is guy, he's charging $75 per hour, and he's earned 1 million already on the platform here on Upwork. $75 per hour. So I will say that on the Upwork you will see something from 20 to 100. I will highly suggest not to go to the cheapest kind of price, and do not try to compete with guys from India and Pakistan. I don't know. Sorry guys from India in the chat, but I don't know, that is Indian thing to go and downvote each job post, and not for everyone, but mostly those are guys from India and Pakistan who is going to that race to the bottom to get the job offer with cheapest price. Yeah, you maybe will got those projects, but you will be unhappy, work many hours to earn almost nothing. Actually, rates looks lower than before. Previously I saw more developers charging $100 per hour. Currently I see those are surprisingly low. Expert iOS developer with very strange rate. I don't know, very strange. I expected to see higher rates here, frankly. I would not work. Oh, here is 250, for example. And he earned 200K already. So basically there are wide range of prices. A lot of beginners trying to charge very cheap price, but create good portfolio. You need at least, you don't need 10 or 20 apps in your portfolio. You need, I would say, 3 to 5 items in your portfolio. No more. Less than 3, it's not very good, but okay, at least two items in your portfolio, and just if you have more, just show your best work, and that's it. Do not show all what you did, and show only what is relevant to your position, what you are trying. Show iOS projects only. Do not show, I don't know, WordPress website, whatever you did. And yeah, probably I have something as well. No, my jobs. Where is my profile? What I have? Do I have portfolio? Yeah, I have portfolio. So yeah, this is the payment application. At the end, I kind of made better design. I don't know. I found very first kind of version. I built that payment application like this one. That is my freediving application, very first version. That was looking like that, and there was another one application, basically a kettlebell training app, and yeah, that was my portfolio. And that was basically enough to get jobs. Okay, what else do we have from questions? Yeah, very good comment from Prasanna. Yeah, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, they do not understand really that thing. Yeah, I completely agree with you. That gives wrong impression, and that really leads to trust issues. And good customers, they are not hiring those $10 an hour developers. They are not hiring them. And then those poor guys working for 10 to 20 bucks per hour and blaming those bad projects because they are really bad. Those customers who are looking for cheaper price, they never are good customers. I always on the Upwork, even in my proposal, said, yeah, I know that you probably have already few offers with 20 or even 10 bucks per hour, but I'm sticking to the quality. I'm located in Europe. I can charge those prices. Yada yada. Basically, I'm kind of try to sell myself as a more premium product, and that was working really well. Okay, hourly rate answered. Do we have any highlighted? No. Okay, then I will go with that. Blah Bloom. Hey, hello. What's your keyboard? Keyboard is wireless, but I'm using it connected with cable. Let me see if I have keyboard shortcut here. Probably we will got link, we'll see. That is iQnix ZX75. Rares published up months ago. Habit journaling space. Do you have any tips for user acquisition? You should do marketing, of course. In my case, why I would like to work on that habit tracking application? Because one reason I will use that application I will build it for myself, but I have audience on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter. Basically, in common, it is somewhere close to 200 people following. So, and that audience is mostly in software development, in tech. Many of them are many of you are learning to code or trying to stick to better habits, and that is kind of organic market for my application if I will build and release that habit tracking app, and I can share it and use it in my content, and that also will help to reach the audience. That is my plan for the marketing. For freediving application, for example, I do nothing. I just trying to rank good in AppStore search, and so far that works good for me. I am relying on AppStore search. If I would be more serious about marketing, I will try to go where my app users are, basically user groups on Reddit. I am in freediving Reddit, but I'm not very active there. I will go in Facebook groups and stuff like that and try to market the application. And yeah, if you know how many you earn from one user, you can try to throw money into that problem. Basically, you can pay for user acquisition, Facebook ads, for example, whatever, stuff like that. Those are tips. Basically, if you can do content marketing, if that application is something that you are used daily, start with that you are using, that you're sharing your own experience. How are you doing that? How are you using it? Stuff like that. If that doesn't fit your I see that many developers are creating Twitter accounts for their apps and posting content from them. I don't know. I don't have so many time to manage multiple, Twitter accounts, stuff like that. I'm not doing that. Maybe that is kind of smart thing to do. Not sure. Can you please share Discord link? I guess I shared it. Didn't I? Let's see. I will do one more time. When will you switch to Windows? I was working in corporate environment in Windows all the time, and I don't like that. Is Figma the best option? No, it is not. Front and back end or both, whatever you like. On Upwork, they ask for coins to take a job. Is that even worth paying for? Oh yeah, they started to. I have some tokens all the time and use it because I was on. Do I have somewhere on profile? I do not see. Probably I don't have. Yeah, when I was on Upwork, those applications for jobs were free. But you were limited on I don't remember, 60 or 30 offers that you can offer. There was some kind of tokens. There was tokens, and you got 120 tokens in months. But to apply on the job, you had to spend 2 tokens. That was kind of weird stuff, yeah. And yeah, I used those free tokens only. But I use it all tokens available in the month, yeah. What do you think about React Native? Have you ever done native development with it? I don't see why I should use JavaScript to build mobile application, because native applications has many benefits. I actually did video about why I don't like Flutter, and let's see, maybe bot will be able to find the link for that video. And yeah, I'm sticking to the native development for business reasons, basically. Shy commenter here. I'm wondering how others are counting their hours when working hourly. Maybe you have some examples of how to calculate your spend time on a project. I use it and still using Toggle time tracker for one customer. Basically, I was working 27 hours in a week. We had kind of flat fee agreement. We agreed how much I will got paid, and I basically got every 2 weeks, send invoice every 2 weeks and send hourly report every 2 weeks. And basically what I did, I just ran Toggle timers. Toggle is free to use application. It generates timetable report for you, and I was just kind of writing task what I'm working on in that timer, and I was running those timers, and that's it. And that created report for me. Currently, I'm working as consultant, also for in company, but in this company we have so named virtual kind of office hours. Basically, all the team working in about the same time. Okay, someone starts a bit earlier, someone a bit later, and stays longer, but generally we have some time range. And I'm basically working just from 9:30 till the evening, till 5, till 6 in the evening, and that is it. And I'm not kind of counting hours or something. Basically, I'm just working on freelance tasks at that time. But yeah, some time tracker, yeah. For microphone, I have Shure MV7, I guess. Like that microphone. What platform service do you use to create your personal app screenshots? Nothing. I'm just creating screenshots on simulator. Are you using new for iPhone 14? No, I still have iPhone 13 Plus or whatever it was. 13 Pro, basically big 13 Pro. I ordered iPhone 14 Pro. It is still, order is still in kind of process. It is kind of, I don't know. It is new thing now in Latvia. I was waiting for my MacBook Pro about 3 months. For Apple Studio display, I was waiting about 5 months for delivery. Habit application was on pause, and Alex, I'm planning to work on it in November. Do you see increased speed in Ventura for Xcode? I don't think so. I don't. No. I will say that no, I don't see it. No. It's about the same. Maybe there is, but not big enough to see difference. Yeah, I like new Xcode better. I like also Ventura better than whatever was previous version, but I do not see kind of improvements in speed. Okay, seems that I covered all the questions and ran through all the topics that I wanted to cover. Oh yeah, this is a good one about AppStore services. When you create when you create a store listing, do you use any ASO services? ASO is AppStore Search Optimization, for those who don't know. And I am user of I'm forgetting. AppRadar, yeah. There is service AppRadar. I had subscription for that service multiple times, and I use a trial multiple times, and I did that App Store optimization what they kind of recommending to do. Basically, if I'm going to my fasting trainer application, for example, there is that ASO App Store optimization score, and then you can go and try to see recommendations, but you probably you need that paid access. Come on, white screen, really? Yeah, basically I use it that. Do I see increase? Generally, yes, I saw. Keywords. Yeah, you can track some keywords. You can see how you are ranking in those keywords, stuff like that. Let's switch to other app. So I can see that in freediving, for example, I'm number 1, breast hold number 1, apnea 2, snorkel, spearfishing. Basically, those are keywords what I'm interested, and I'm kind of ranking high for those keywords, and that kind of helps to be good in search, to rank well in search results. Basically, here is owners of keyword, here is owners of apnea keyword, but that is a little bit different application, not like my freedive, also application about freediving, and yeah, stuff like that. So is it helpful? Yes, I think so. It is helpful. Do I use it all day, every day? No, I'm doing that. I don't know, that App Store optimization once in a while. There is another program, another service, AppFigures. I enrolled into the 1 week kind of free trial to try it out, but I did nothing in that week. I was busy and then lazy, and basically I did nothing, and I didn't really use that application. But AppRadar and AppFigures both has free trial. I just recommend to try them and or just do optimization, what they're recommending to do. Does that help? I think that yes, because when I did kind of bigger App Store optimization experiment, compared numbers, then I saw the difference. I even planned to do video about that, and I kind of wrote down some statistics and so on, but that topic felt for me so boring that I just didn't do that video. But I recommend you to try those things. So Victor has this naive opinion that with React Native or Flutter you can build for both platforms. Isn't it more desirable for customers, product owners? No need to hire 2 developers and each knows only iOS or Android development. There is no free cheese in the mousetrap, Victor. Actually, I had very good comment. I wanted to answer it, but didn't manage yet. On my channel, there was really good comment on my video about Flutter. I shared my opinion and I recommend you to watch that video to get answer to your question. But here is answer from one developer, a comment from one developer. Basically, he's native switch coder and he made huge mistake jumping on Flutter for a new project. Basically, what he is saying that everything is absolutely extremely slow and bad, and that is true. And Flutter and sorry if that sounds somehow racist or what, but he's saying here Flutter is is Indian tool made for Indians, and that is more like for noobs and beginners. And it's not good to use Indians here, but I kind of understand what he's thinking about. I will say, oh, sorry, I was thinking that I'm sharing the screen. So this comment, basically take a look on this video, watch that video. I will not repeat all those points what I covered in that video, but watch that video. But this comment from this developer, Flutter, you know, when I would go with Flutter, if I would work on Upwork today, I would go with Flutter on Upwork. And yeah, I will provide that amazing solution when you develop one application and it magically works on iOS and Android. And magic part here is that you are dropping that project, you are getting that money and going away from that project, and you don't need to support it anymore. And that's it, and you forgot about that project. If that project will grow to something big and serious, and if you will need to support it for a long time, believe me, you will be not happy using Flutter. That everything what you are saying is very nice and sounds very good in theory, but ask someone who is working on real projects and not on just small MVP, but real big projects, why they are not using Flutter. What is the scope demand of core ML apps? Such apps are only good for hobby project or in device. Yeah, that's a good question. Kumar, you wrote to me. Now when I read that comment, I remember you wrote to me email and I didn't answer to you. Sorry. I was thinking about it, but now I just remember that I didn't answer it. I'm not very good at emails. But yeah, I will answer it now. I think that machine learning and so on, that's really good to, if you have time to play around with that and so on. And I think that it has future, but I personally see that, you know, on device, when you try and model, you basically try and model and then you use it on device and that's it. You can't actually upgrade it. You have to replace that model with smarter. What are benefits to use machine learning on device? Instant access, right? Basically, if you don't have access to the server and so on, and faster turnaround. For example, if you need to recognize objects in the images, you don't need to upload image to the server and get response, right? That will be kind of faster work. But currently, all the machine learning development, all the processing happens mostly on the server side. I did one project, I have it in my GitHub. It is not working anymore, but it is in my GitHub. It is not working mainly because servers are down. But that project was basically, that was application which was looking around you on the map and fetched from Foursquare, whatever was that location thing. For Foursquare probably. Foursquare API, basically avenues around you, and I was looking for burger avenues. And then I was looking for burger pictures to show in the avenue, just to find places where are burgers, and to basically to manage that, I had to recognize what is in the picture, potato or burger or pizza, what is it. And so I fetched images for Foursquare, but I sent them to the server which was able to recognize them, and then I kind of get answer back which image is burger and which is not, and then I used only burger images. And I think that will be the kind of real use case for a while. And for use cases for places where you have problems with internet and so on, and you need this, smart machine learning functionality, yes, then there will be benefits if you can do that on device. Otherwise, I don't know. I do not see kind of huge benefit and big market in that. And also, just talking from market size, we will not need too many machine learning, artificial intelligence developers. You don't need so many models. You don't need so many kind of smart parts of the app. So it's kind of tricky investment in time, in my opinion, because even with augmented reality, you can create more on device. More, you can imagine more use cases, more applications with augmented reality. With that machine learning stuff and so on, I don't know. Once you have some kind of machine learning algorithm, you can train that model and build some apps. But to build application which will use that trained model already, that is not so hard. I did one test project just to make application which will recognize images. Basically, that was some Apple tutorial, and I played a little bit more around with that. It's not so hard to do that on basic level. On high level, I don't think we will need much experts. That, I don't know. Maybe I'm naive, but that's how I see that. MV7 looks different. Sure, SMB. No, sure, SM7B is a little bit different. Let me check. Sure. MV7. Yes, I have Shure MV7. What is difference between? I have this microphone, so you can see I have those diodes. MV7, yeah. In picture you see there is smaller that thing on the top, but I am using that thing on the top from SM7B because that pop filter just is better on that microphone. I bought this one for $25, something like that. And the big difference is that this microphone supports USB and this, forgot whatever, that connection, this big cable connection. Why I do need that? Basically, currently I have this big cable connected to the audio interface, and audio interface is connected to the MacBook, but USB cable is connected to the PC. Basically, I can use the microphone on the both devices at the same time. With SM7B, you can't do that. Where we go? Okay, whatever. Basically, it is more pricey. Actually, also it is more expensive. It is technically better, probably microphone. It is podcasting classic and so on. But here on the back, you can't connect USB anything. You have just one connection for that big cable, and that's it. Both are good microphones, but for that Shure SM7B, you will need audio interface is necessary. Basically, you have to buy about 100 euros more, you have to spend about 100 euros more in equipment. With this device, you can use it with only USB cable, and that will work just fine. Basically, if I will travel for a long time and I would like to get this microphone with me, I can use it on the go with that USB microphone. But probably I will use just microphone that I have on the camera That's it. A cross-platform app will never compare to a native one as experience performance, but for the users, will they notice or care? Yes, in most of the case, you will be able to recognize difference between Flutter application, which looks a little bit more not native, and native application. If you would like to have very smooth application, fast kind of user interface, and so on, native is better. I don't know. Your question is, will they notice? Depends. One user probably do not care at all, another one will be nitpicky and will care a lot. So there is no one answer to your question. If you are looking for excuse to use Flutter, go for it. I'm not saying you to go native, go for it. Use Flutter. I just sharing my opinion, and my opinion is no, I will stick with native apps. Maybe I will do one Flutter application just for experiment, as I like to do some different type of experience. But for now, I'm a little bit busy with native applications. And yeah. Also a question, that is what I covered in that video. Why do you need Android app? Just why? Because Android phones are more on the planet. Where? In US, most of the devices are iPhones now already. Most of the devices, more than 50% are iPhones. In Europe, it was already for a while. So not in all the countries, but in many countries, iPhones are more than Androids in the Europe. Then take a look on average income for person. Those who earn more usually have iPhones. Those Androids which are in the market, usually those are cheap Androids, few $100. Yeah, of course you can find in the market top level Androids are in the same price range like iPhones. But how many of them are sold? Not so much. And then if you will take a look how many of Android users spending money buying apps for their phones, it is fraction comparing with the market what is on iPhones. So one more time I will ask you, why do you need that problem to support Android app? Yeah, development for Android and support is more challenging. So as soon as I'm releasing application in the Google Play, I have to support it. I have to test it at least on Android device. And then, there are those Android devices. There are huge zoo of Android devices. With iOS, you have iOS. That is standard what Apple is providing. But with Androids, you are getting Huawei's, which don't even have Google Play. Then you have Samsungs with their own operation system. Then there are Pixel phones, which are kind of true native Androids, and so on and so on. Then there are Androids with keyboards. There are Androids which are kind of flip phones. Basically, you have to support your application on all of that. And again, why? Just to have basically application on both markets? Will you really earn enough money from Android to spend time on development for that? And you definitely will have less. You impact your iOS users as well. So if you will build native applications, there is no discussion about that. That application will be better if it is iOS application. That will be better because cross-platform applications always is compromise. So you will hurt your iOS users and maybe you will make money from Android users. But question if that is enough. Maybe if you will focus on the iOS only and will make your application better, then you will sell more copies on iOS. So that's my kind of thinking behind all of that. But I'm not saying you that there are no business cases where that is reasonable. If you are building social network, for example, like I was working in Antiland application, which is kind of dating related, I don't know, like chat groups, stuff like that. Yeah, that is social network. Most of money was made from iOS application, but companies still need all the Android users just to have users in the application, just to keep communications alive, all that stuff. So yeah, you have to take a look case by case, but that is, sorry to say, but that is very dumb decision to use cross-platform tools just to have application on both platforms. And then you maybe will say, oh, I can get even Windows application. Oh, and I can even make a web application using Flutter. Yeah, amazing. And now you have 4 or 5 platforms to support. And will you make any money there? I don't know. If you know that you will, good for you. If that is just hobby project to learn new technologies, experiment with stuff, good for you. You will learn new stuff. That is great. That is amazing. If you are looking on that like a business, you have to make this decision from the business perspective. And sometimes that is a reasonable decision to use cross-platform development tools, maybe React Native, maybe Flutter, whatever. But sometimes that is horrible decision. Man talks sense. Thanks, Matt. Okay, we are at the end of the playlist. I see that music is stopped and we are, almost 1.5 hours in the stream. I think I covered a lot. Hi, Özde, from Iran. Nice, hello. I covered all that I wanted to say about my kind of findings from Freelance App and all those findings in October and plans for November. I don't know, perhaps I will kind of keep doing that monthly kind of reviews. We'll see if anyone will be interested to watch this in record. If yes, I will keep them posting. If no, I will see. We can keep the conversation in Discord if you are willing to join it. There is indie app development kind of chat. We can keep discussion going there. I will post definitely my plans for this month. If you need someone who is keeping you accountable, you can post your plans for this month as well, and then we can at the end of the month we can do kind of some summary, kind of take a report to each other what we did. In Discord we don't need to do that publicly. That's kind of small group, just you and I and fewer friends, so that's safe environment to talk about that. And we'll see where that will go. Maybe we can kind of start talking more about indie app development there in Discord. We'll see. Matt, if you missed it, I covered that on beginning. You can check out in the record, just scroll through. I will try to add timestamps in the video just to make it more kind of scrollable. I shared the numbers on sales and everything. It doing great, but mostly not because of design updates, but because of changes in sales strategy. Basically, in October I was on 40% minus. On middle of October I released an update, and at the end of October I am back on the previous level. I hope to see kind of improvement. I guess 2.5K in revenue could be November, but currently is crisis and so on, yada yada. We'll see. Take a look on beginning. I am closing stream now, and video will be available immediately, so you can scroll through the video, see all the numbers that I shared. Okay, guys, thank you for coming. See you next one, and bye. Likes. Do not forget to leave likes and subscribe who are not subscribed yet. Okay, ending stream. What with the voice? Weather and cold.